Oh my god, we still got 2 more points and I got a fucking headache. Idiocy. It does that to somebody. Bullshit excuse number 5. Y'all people are haters, like for real, seriously. You guys are hating on Capcom for doing this when EA and Activision do the same thing. Why are you doing this? It's the same thing, you're not getting anywhere. When did we ever say that Capcom is the devil? They are the only devil in the gaming industry. When has anybody ever said that? No, because there are multiple devils, multiple Satan incarnates. EA, Activision, Capcom. 3 companies. Nobody ever said what EA is doing is just. Nobody, oh god, I pray to the Lord, nobody ever said that Capcom, what they're doing is great for gaming. They're just another form of feces in the crap pool. Nobody's saying that they get a free ride for doing this stuff, because other companies do it as well. We're just pointing it out in this scenario, okay? Give us another situation where EA and Activision does it, we'll be like the same thing, because that is what is killing gaming. The final and probably the most retarded one out of them all of them are pretty retarded. Why are you guys making such a big deal about this? If you don't like the game, then don't buy the game. Simple as that. I'm a fighting game fan, so I am going to buy the game. It shouldn't be a big deal to you. Ugh, my head hurts. I'm just gonna talk with my head on my see, fuck, I'm forgetting what I'm... But we are making such a big deal out of this because time and time again, you are buying it and you're promoting this bullshit. Because I don't know if you guys are aware, but the more you do for a company, like the more sales they get for a game, that tells them something. If Capcom sees that releasing a 40% finished game is good and it makes them money, what's to stop them from doing it later down the line and releasing a finished version mere 6-7 months later? What's to stop them? Because that tells them something. That tells them that this is good practice and they can get away with it. And again, if you guys love to defend to the ends of the earth that Capcom is all about their fans and their community and all of this happy love, My Little Pony bullcrap, why don't you say anything to them? Why don't you ever freaking tell them that what they're doing is wrong? You do. If you say that they listen to their fans, it's all about us. But you're not making yourselves vocal about it. You're not writing it in text. You're not sending them letters. Because if they were as, you know, fan interacting as you guys like to put it, you could obviously tell them something that would potentially harm their sales. Come on, people. Come on. Come on, people. As involved as you think they are, you don't want to say something when you know you're getting legit butt raped. After all those points that I made, why you people don't speak up? They are a company. They cater to us. It should have never been the other way around where we have to cater to this bullcrap. And given that, you guys, you mentioned it. You mentioned that they are a fan community. They listen to us. Well, derp 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 email. Under normal circumstances, like if it was Activision or EA, probably they would have listened to Jack Squad what we have to say, but hey, you guys, you brought it to the table. It's on like Donkey Kong with that. There's another thing that I really hear around people saying that this is no different than the world of technology. You know, that Capcom, what they're doing is no different from Sony releasing a PS3 Slim, or Microsoft releasing an Xbox 360 Pro, or an Xbox 360S model, or Nintendo releasing a red Wii, or a black Wii, or cellular phones coming out the wazoo. And really, to a person who's not that intelligent, it would sound like a logical excuse. It would sound like something they would use in a debate. But you guys missed the point entirely. Sony coming out with the PS3 Slim, did that ever sound like them saying, hey guys, we got this PS3 Slim. We have this brand new console, and for all you guys who bought the original PS3, if you want the new features like cross-game chat, cross-movie chat, Netflix, then you're gonna have to buy the PS3 Slim. And did Nintendo ever say that a red Wii, if they don't buy the red Wii, they're gonna shut down all the online services for the people who own the white Wii? Okay, obviously no, because those were just revisions of the models. You could still do the majority of what you can do on the Slim on your old PS3, if you're not counting backwards compatibility, of course. But you can still play your video games, you can still surf the internet, you can still watch movies, you can still go on Netflix, you can still chat with your friends, you can still do all those features. And cell phones. Yeah, cell phones. A lot of people like to bring up cell phones, that technology is always improving, so they come out with a new cell phone. But, hold on, let me get a visual aid, because I know it's kind of hard to comprehend. My phone right here, it's a pretty top tier phone, it's a pretty top tier smartphone. And in a couple months, they're going to release a phone that is even better than this. But can't I still do the things that I do on this phone? Can't I still surf the web? Can't I still watch movies? Can't I still go on Netflix? Can't I still video chat with my girlfriend? Can't I still do all those things? Yes, I can. And when they come out with new features, can't I still download them, like the new updates that they come out for Android? Yes, I can. Because they're not forcing you to do any sort of upgrade where you're going to have to buy that. That's what people are missing. That is what people do not get regarding Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. If you want those characters, if you want the modes that were promised for free, what do you got to do? You got to buy the update. And seriously, that should tell you enough already. Yes, I know that was final, but throughout the rest of this video I'm probably going to make more points since they just keep popping into the old noggin. Yeah, I do remember a lot of bullshit. But anyway, bullshit excuse number 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I got it. I can count.
You guys have to understand simple mathematics. Because if the Marvel vs. Capcom 3 DLC was priced at $5 a character, in order for us to get 12 characters, we'd have to pay $60. That's the price of a retail game, so it's better if they keep doing it this way, because it saves us more money. It's better than buying DLC.
Ah, yes, the whole DLC, the retail disc cheaper than buying this DLC. Yeah, that would seem like it would hold a lot of bearing, but I want to make something clear to you guys. You are comparing two different forms of entertainment. While this is still the gaming industry, DLC and retail discs are their own separate market entirely. That's why you could see they charge an indie game for $15 on PSN or Xbox Live, and then in stores you can get like a game, like let's just say Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2 goes on sale for like $15. You know, you can get them for the same price. There are some games that are released that you can get used for that price and are in that price range, and that's generally because they're different markets, people. Even though it's still the gaming world, it's a different outlet. You know, they make different profits from retail and different profits from digital and different profits from DLC. That's why you can't compare the price of a video game towards buying a microwave. Some people actually say, I'd rather buy a video game than buy a microwave. That's two different forms of industries. That's two different industries entirely. And then you're going to get people saying, I'd rather buy a video game than pay for my electric bill. I know that's kind of a stretch, but if you only get one thing out of that, they're two different forms of entertainment. And once they do get all that DLC, all they release all the ones they want to do, that's when they do a Game of the Year edition. That's when they code it to the disc. Because enough time has passed where they can saturate and then come out with the Game of the Year edition for the people who want to get it as a retail form. So I hope it cleared that one up. That one's not really that much of a stupid point, but it's just semi-misinformed. And I can already tell that by posting this rant, there are just going to be a lot of people who are just butthurt about the fact. They're just going to give any reason in the book to defend it, and I'm like, you people, seriously, the more excuses you give, that's essentially telling Capcom that it's okay for them to bend you over, and hey, you already know where it's going to go from there, And if you watch this video and if you don't get anything out of it, hey, whatever, you know, haters gonna hate. And it was also funny that one person, I was reading it on one of the forums, they said that they'd rather own it on disc than on DLC, which is fine. But remember, isn't that why they come out with the Game of the Year editions? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's why they do. And then people bring in the whole variables like, oh, my hard drive could crash. You do realize that on PSN and Xbox Live, when you sign into your account with another hard drive, you can re-download your content. I believe on PSN and Xbox Live is a total of 5 times, so you can break your hard drive 5 times and then you can still re-download that content. So don't use the excuse, my hard drive could crash, because it's digital, you can re-download it. And seriously, what right do you guys have to say to us if we want to give our criticisms and our opinions on this game and how we don't like the practices Capcom is doing? What right do you guys have? Because I've seen this a lot. If you're not going to buy the game, then it doesn't matter. Yes, it does matter. Are you saying that I literally cannot give my opinions on the game unless I bend over and take it up the ass from Capcom? Is that what you're really saying? Unless we give them our money, we can't give any criticisms on what their current business practices are. Wow, so that's like saying, oh, you know what? I'm gonna elect Sarah Palin into office because even though I don't like the things she has planned, I can't give any criticisms on her because I didn't elect her into office. That's kind of a stretch, but that is the majority. That is the gist of what you guys are saying. That is the main idea. And it's not like this is gonna utterly kill Capcom entirely, like a lot of you freaking fanboys would like to say. Do you think if one game bombs, which it probably isn't, you think that's gonna stop them from making games entirely? Because they don't have any other franchises. They don't have Street Fighter, they don't have Resident Evil, they don't have Dead Rising, they don't have freaking Mega Man. They don't have any franchises, you guys love to say, except for this. Wow. Just wow, people. So the point of just liking it for being a fighting game fan, really, you can't really use that as an excuse anymore, because look at Marvel vs. Capcom 3. People say, yeah, it's incomplete, but I liked it because it's a fighting game and I just enjoy playing it. And then they come out with the new version. Can you really use that excuse again? I don't think you can, because they released a $60 game in alpha and they're making you pay for this newer version. And yes, I'm saying making you pay, because if you want those characters, you need to buy it. They're not doing the DLC version like they did for Arcade Edition for Street Fighter 4. They're not doing that. It'd be great if they did, but they're just not doing that because they want people to buy this. They want to get as much revenue as they can. And how you guys are missing that point entirely is beyond me. And people like to say, oh, I'm going to trade the game in used, and then I'm going to get it because this is what Capcom wants us to do. Trade in the game and then pay for the newer version. I'm gone. Goodbye.